Welcome to the world of marketing. Marketing is highly visible by nature. As a field, it is highly public and readily visible outside the confines of the internal business operations. This is Chapter 1, Marketing, the Art and Science of Satisfying Customers. These are the learning objectives of today's discussion. First, we will summarize how marketing creates value through the four types of utility. Then describe the four variables of the marketing mix. Contrast the focus of marketing activities during the 5 eras of marketing history. Then we will explain how relationship marketing can move customers up the loyalty ladder. Next, we will differentiate the 6 categories of marketing. And then we will identify the 8 functions of marketing physical goods. And at the end of the chapter will be the chapter summary. Let's have an icebreaker first. When you think of marketing, what sorts of ideas and images initially come to mind? The images in your mind will vary depending on your age, your background, and your preferences. By the way, when you see this guy with a question mark anywhere in the slides, it means there's a question that you need to answer. I will give a go signal for you to do so. You may click raise hand if you want to answer, or I may call somebody to answer, or I may just simply ask you to type your answer in the chat box. Okay, let's proceed. First question, what are some words that come to mind when you think of marketing? Question number 2, can you think of a time when you have been affected by marketing? So what is marketing? A quick definition of marketing is that it is the process of creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers. It's that value customers are paying for, which is a product, whether it is a product that performs a particular function or one that provides customers a particular experience. 4 types of utility. The goal of marketing any good or service is to boost what marketers call as utility. Utility is the power of a good or service to satisfy the wants of customers. The 4 basic kinds of utility are form, time, place, and ownership. The most important purpose of marketing is to facilitate an exchange of goods and or services in exchange of something of value. In other words, people giving up something in order to receive something else they would rather have. Example, giving up money in order to purchase or to own something. The first type of utility is form, which is the conversion of raw materials into finished goods and services. For example, burger meals at McDonald's. You don't have to be the one to bake the burger bun or make the beef patty or slice the tomato. McDonald's will take care of putting all the ingredients together and provide you with a complete burger meal to satisfy your hunger. The same with the Samsung Galaxy. It comes as a complete product ready to use which allow for easy communication, or another example is Levi's jeans that is ready to wear. Next is time utility, which pertains to the availability of goods and services when consumers want them. Example is a dental appointment, which allow customers to satisfy their wants and needs without waiting, or another example would be FedEx next day air delivery. Next type is place, which is the availability of goods and services at convenient locations. Example, technicians available at an auto repair facility. Or example is on-site daycare. Another is banks in grocery stores, which provide convenience in terms of location and allows customers to satisfy their needs and wants without searching for where it is located. Next is ownership or possession, which is the ability to transfer title to products from marketer to buyer. Example is retail sales in exchange for currency, credit or debit card, or cash. It allows customer control over and ownership of the product that they purchase. This also provides pride of ownership. Identify the types of utility. First is a t-shirt. Next, we have a lady purchasing from a drive-through. Next example, a vegetable market. Next is a guy having a haircut. A lady buying an item in a boutique. And lastly, a hamburger. Here's another example of using utility strategies, wherein Pepsi beat Diet Coke to become the second most popular soda in the United States. Because the product's form utility never changed, meaning Pepsi is still the same soda. Pepsi brought value to customers in other ways. It created time and place utility for the customer. It created word-of-mouth advertising and social media buzz. It used a new advertising campaign to build an emotional connection with drinkers. Pepsi's overall approach enhanced time, place, and ownership utilities for customers, thereby enhancing the emotional appeal and value of buying the product. The two basic elements of marketing strategy consist of, first, the target market and the marketing mix variables. The target market is the group of people toward whom the firm aims its marketing efforts and to whom it ultimately offers its products. The second element is the marketing mix variables, which are the product, price, place, and promotion, or the 4Ps that combine to satisfy the needs of the target market. After marketers select a target market, they direct their company's activities toward profitably satisfying that specific target market segment. Marketing strategies are built around the four marketing mix variables. First in the marketing mix is the product, which refers to a good, service, idea, or its combination. Product is also a broader concept that encompasses other aspects of the consumer's purchase, specifically customer service, package design, brand names, trademarks, patents, and warranties. For example, Starbucks' superior customer service through its baristas, who are specially trained to create a personalized buying experience, or an innovative packaging design for a tissue. The main product is the tissue, but the packaging makes it easy to access the product through its easy open and close cover. Next is price. The price strategy is the method of setting profitable and justifiable price. However, pricing decisions are not only decided by the business itself. There are external factors that influence pricing, such as competition, political unrest not just locally but overseas, soaring prices of fuel, or a typhoon that destroys crops, which will influence the price of agricultural products. Next is place or distribution, which involves modes of transportation, warehousing, inventory control, order processing, and selection of marketing channels. This is also referred to as place strategies. Retailers and wholesalers are referred to as the intermediaries that may be involved in a product's movement from producer or manufacturer to its final consumer. Promotion is broadly defined as communication to a firm's buyers about their products. Organizations use various methods to send messages about their goods, services, and ideas. They can either be directly through salespeople or indirectly through advertisements. Now let's look at the 5 eras of marketing history. Over the years, marketing has been viewed and practiced differently. The 5 eras in the history of marketing are the production era, sales, marketing, relationship, and social era. The production era reached its peak during the early part of the 20th century, prior to the 1920s, when production shortages and intense consumer demand ruled the day. Henry Ford's mass production line is the best example. Ford's famous statement when he said, "The customers can have any color they want as long as it's black," reflected the prevalent attitude toward marketing. Manufacturers stress production of quality products and then look for people to purchase them. Then came the sales era. Many business people from the 1920s into the early 1950s realized that increasingly sophisticated production techniques has led to more output than the market could readily consume. During this more competitive era, companies adopted a sales orientation, which is a belief that creative advertising and personal selling will persuade customers to buy. In the marketing era, companies adopted a consumer orientation where the focus is on satisfying the needs and wants of the consumers rather than simply producing and selling products. From then on, marketers would play a lead role in product planning because they had knowledge of consumer needs. Marketing and selling would no longer be regarded as a supplemental activity performed after the production process. A seller's market is when there are more buyers for fewer products. On the other hand, buyer's market refers to when there are more products than people willing to buy them. Relationship era builds on the marketing era's customer orientation by developing long-term, value-added relationships over time with customers and suppliers. It is not enough that businesses simply sell products. They have to build long-term relationships with customers and other partners and stakeholders in order to be successful. Building on the relationship era, marketers now routinely use the internet and social networking sites to connect with consumers. This represents our current social era of marketing. So again, the 5 eras of marketing history are the following. First, the production era, wherein manufacturers just kept on producing products because their belief is that a good product will sell itself. Next is the sales era, which resulted from too many products from the previous years. Sales activities were the focus, where they believe that creative advertising and selling will overcome consumers' resistance and persuade them to buy. They just sell and sell to anyone they meet without considering whether the person needs their product or not. They believe that with their excellent convincing power, they can sell anything to anyone. The next is the marketing era, where businesses realize that hard selling is not the key. Rather, the consumer rules. Find out what the customer needs and fulfill that need. The relationship era believe that long-term relationships with customers and other partners and stakeholders lead to success in business. And currently, we are in the social era where connecting to consumers via the internet and social media sites is an effective tool for long-term success. Transaction-based marketing and relationship marketing. Businesses now must realize that they must turn from being transaction-based marketing, which focuses only on buying and selling, into relationship marketing. When you say transaction-based marketing, this is the traditional view of marketing as a simple exchange process of goods and services. Relationship marketing refers to the development, growth, and maintenance of long-term cost-effective relationships with individual customers, suppliers, employees, and other partners for mutual benefit. So from transaction-based marketing, they must turn into relationship marketing. Relationship marketing gives a company new opportunities to gain a competitive edge by moving customers up a loyalty ladder. Each customer starts as a new customer who initially try out their products. The goal is to turn new customers into regular purchasers who are repeat buyers of their products, then into loyal supporters of the firm and its goods and services to a point where they will avail only of the firm's products and will not purchase from other firms even if the competitor is offering similar products. The ultimate goal is for the loyal supporters to become advocates of their products, who not only buy them but also recommend them to others. To illustrate the benefits of relationship marketing, try to compute. If an average customer at McDonald's is worth 50 pesos profit per visit and visits 4 times per month and then becomes a loyal customer for 10 years, what is the lifetime value of that customer? We now know that marketing involves efforts designed to communicate the benefits of a good or service. While product marketing is the most well-known and widely used form of marketing, there are actually 6 categories of marketing, namely product marketing, person marketing, place, cause, event marketing, and organization marketing. Product marketing involves efforts designed to communicate the benefits of a good or a service and persuade the target market to buy. Person marketing involves efforts designed to cultivate the attention and preferences of a target market toward a person. Example is marketing a candidate for an election. Place marketing, which are efforts designed to attract visitors to a particular area or improve images of a city, state, or nation and attract new businesses. Example, marketing Cebu to attract tourists to visit the place. Cause marketing involves identification and marketing of a social issue, a cause, or idea. For example, just say no to plastic bag advocacy. Event marketing is marketing of sporting goods, cultural events, charitable activities to a selected target market like, for example, concert tickets. Next is organization marketing, which are efforts of mutual benefit organizations or service organizations and government organizations that seek to influence others to accept their goals, receive their services, or contribute to them in some way or attract members to their organization. Now think of examples and give your own ideas of the 6 categories of marketing. Take note that the different categories may overlap. For example, this concert is a concert for a cause. Marketers of this event must promote the singers or performers of this concert, so that makes person marketing. This concert will be held at a particular grand ballroom of a hotel, so they need to market the location as well, which constitute place marketing. The concert itself is the event which needs to be marketed to target audiences. And lastly, this concert is for a particular cause where the proceeds will benefit the typhoon victims as clearly stated in their poster. So as you can see, the 6 categories of marketing can often overlap. Businesses have people or departments to perform the 8 basic functions of marketing, namely buying, selling, transporting, storing, standardization and grading, financing, risk-taking, and market information. Buying means ensuring that product offerings are available in sufficient quantities to meet customer demands. This is important because marketers must be able to satisfy consumers' wants and needs promptly and ahead of consumption. Example, a bakery must have enough flour on hand to give customers a reliable supply of bread. Next function is selling, using advertising, personal selling, and sales promotion to match products to customer needs. This is important because marketers must communicate with consumers about how their products create value. Example, a consumer planning a day at the beach wants to know what sunscreens are most effective. The next function of marketing is transporting, which involves moving products from their point of production to locations convenient for purchasers. Marketers must create place utility by making goods and services available where people want to buy them. Example, one of Amazon's biggest competitive strengths is its ability to transport virtually any goods to anywhere in the world. Next is storing, warehousing products until needed for sale. Why is it important? Marketers must have a place to keep unsold products organized, safe, and ready to be transported to store as needed. Example, Walmart has limited shelf space and can't stock everything they carry all at once, so they need to plan carefully their storing needs. Standardizing and grading means ensuring that product offerings meet quality and quantity controls of size, weight, and other variables. This is important because marketers must meet consumers' expectations of product size, weight, and so on. Example, a tire dealer must offer tires in standard sizes that consumers know and understand that will fit their cars. Financing means providing credit for channel members who are the wholesalers and retailers as well as consumers. Wholesalers and retailers often need access to funds to finance product inventory prior to sale. Consumers often need the option of using credit cards to buy. Example will be at holiday time when they make many purchases, consumers prefer using credit cards instead of carrying large amounts of cash. Risk-taking means dealing with uncertainty about future customer purchases. When manufacturers create products based on research, they believe consumers need those products. Companies accommodate these uncertainties about future demand when they bring their goods to market. Example, toy makers like Mattel offer innovative toys each year based on their forecast of likely trends in children's play. However, there is an uncertainty factor, meaning they are not sure whether all the toys that they produce will all be purchased by their target market. Securing marketing information involves collecting information about consumers, competitors, and channel members for use in decision making. Analysis of marketing information helps marketers understand why consumers purchase some goods and not others. This also helps determine what consumers want and need and how to satisfy those wants and needs. Example, many hotels ask customers to complete a satisfaction survey after their stay so that the hotel will know if their rooms and services meet the needs of travelers, and they will also be prepared for future needs of their future customers. On average, half of the cost involved in a tangible product can be traced directly to marketing. Firms must spend money to create time, place, and ownership utilities. These expenses go toward the performance of the 8 universal marketing functions just mentioned. Identify the specific activities involved in the 8 functions of marketing this product. In summary, we have talked about the 4 types of utility, namely form, time, place, and ownership. We also discussed the 4 variables of the marketing mix, namely the product, price, place, and promotion. Then we discussed the 5 eras of marketing, namely the production era, the sales era, marketing era, relationship era, and currently we are now in the social era. Next, we talked about how customer turns from being a new customer up to the loyalty ladder and becomes an advocate of the product of the business. Next, we talked about the 6 categories of marketing, namely the product, person, place, cost, event, and organization marketing. Lastly, we mentioned the 8 functions of marketing physical goods, which are selling, transporting, storing, standardization and grading, financing, risk-taking, market information, and buying.